All right, we're at the final Photoshop project. So it's the final story where you illustrate from a children's limerick. The image that we have below is an illustration of the little old lady in the shoe. She had a whole bunch of kids and they all lived in this shoe. So there are multiple elements in here. There's a background and a foreground. You can see the foreground right here. There's a door, and then there's multiple people located throughout and around the shoe. The scale changes, so this person is closer, the scale is smaller. There's also detail of darkness around that person to feel like they're literally in that dark hole. So there's a lot of work to kind of get these images to feel like they're a part of the image. The goal is to make this limerick into a realistic photo. For your final story, you'll be doing The Girls and the Boys Come Out to Play. Please read over the limerick. There's some key things that we need to keep in mind in illustrating this. One, if you read it, it'll be during the evening, after supper, leaving your sleep. You want to come out with your fellows, friends, onto the street. Read over the story and come up with the ideas of how you're going to illustrate. What I need this Saturday is I need the minimum of 5 photos of people in action. Then those same people are new people in groups. Keep in mind, think about your light source. This is at night. You'll need to mask them all out as singular people, except for the group ones. You're grouping them together. And then the final photo collection that I will need is a minimum of 3 nighttime landscapes. So again, read over the limerick so that you have an idea of how you want to illustrate it. So there's 2 ways of transferring imagery or content from one document to another. One way is to take the document you're going to transfer, pull it out, put it to the side. Go back to your original where the document that you want to transfer to the other document is. Select the layer, and then you can easily just drag and drop. So now the new layer is located here. The other way of doing it, make sure again you're grabbing the layer that you want. So I'm grabbing the limerick. And then I'm going to hit Option, and I'm going to drag it down to that plus square, which remember creates new layers. Now it's going to duplicate it, and it's going to allow me to choose a different layer to go to. Hit OK. So I don't need to pull this out. It will automatically move it to the next layer. So now we're at the page here. And I would make sure that this page is set up to be no larger than 150 and that it's 11 by 17. Let's keep the size down as much as you can because you're going to be transferring this file to is the photo collection part I want by Saturday. So there's person 1, 2, 3, and 4. I want a 5th one, minimum 5. And then there's groups. So if you have those people all together, take a couple of group shots. Then finally, I want the landscapes. And I want 3 of these minimum. I'm giving you a minimum. The more you get, the better options you have to create this illustration. The idea is to make a beautiful illustration that has a very realistic tone. So these should be action shots. These should be fun, playful kids coming out of their house to meet up and enjoy each other. So obviously you're not going to be able to get a whole bunch of kids, so ask your friends. So this is a couple of photos. They were all cleaned up. So each of these are their individual layers with the backgrounds taken out. So that was what I'm looking for. And you can see I didn't take one photo of the person. I took 4 photos of this person. So yes, I want 5 different people, but I want 5 different people in a few different poses. Make sure they are not looking at the camera. You know, they're out partying, not looking at a camera, right? So it's better to find these like side views or people jumping up the air. You might have ones that are the backs. They don't even show their face. The next one is this. They're all looking at me. So this one's going to be harder to use. And then this one's good. She's kind of sometimes looking at, but these would be great here. This one is a little bit harder. So you can see again, these layers are already cleaned out. There's no backgrounds on these. And I can move them up and down. I can immediately start building my image after the collection. Fourth, this one's okay, but again, this one's straight on. We need some side, and it would be nice if there would be more action involved. This doesn't look like they're having fun. And then final group ones, right? You want to kind of make it feel like there's a lot of people out there. So it's good to have a couple of group shots. So this is people all together. Again, don't have them looking at the camera directly. This one is them all together. And then this final one is them together. So it's good to have a couple already connected where a whole bunch of people are hanging out together. And then the final is different landscapes. 3 different landscapes. 5 different people in different action shots. And as you can see, as I keep building this up, I get more and more of that crowd sense. So now we just need to scale it down to fit into the scene and then start thinking about my lighting. Where my lighting is, how it would work. If a person is, remember I don't need to have all of them on, I could just have one. This week is just photo collection. 5 people, a few group shots, 3 landscapes, minimum. Go big. Get a lot of photos is going to be better than getting a few. Remember not to have them just looking at the camera. Have them looking at each other. There could be some shots of people's backs. It's good to have variety. These should be action shots. They should be having fun. Remember to read the limerick. I know you guys can do this. Remember, this needs to be 11 by 17. You're going to send me the Photoshop file, not the PDF.